What's going on, guys? My name is Aldanero and welcome to another episode of my Leicester City career mode. We're starting this episode off with a trip to Stamford Bridge to take on Chelsea, and as you can see from the league table here, this is a really important game. I was trying to kind of angle it towards a draw because Chelsea are a very difficult team to play against, and as you can see we're 2 points ahead of them, so victory for them would leave them a point ahead of us, and we'd be level on games played, so that would be bad for us as it would dislodge us from our first position, which we want to obviously keep. Here's a look at Fabian Delph's stats as he makes his debut. I put these into a standalone shot because I always forget to do it, so that's just what I decided to do. I want to say real quick at the start of this episode, if this gets to 400 likes before 8 PM, I will upload episode 70 later on tonight, which we tried yesterday and it actually went really well. We got a lot of likes on episode 67, so thank you very much for that. It's good to see that you guys are still interested in the series. I kind of want to get this series, or at least this season, done before we can decide if we're going to move on. Like, do you think we should stay in the Champions League, or sorry, if we should stay and try and win the Champions League, or do you think I should leave Leicester after I win the season, or excuse me, I don't know what happened there, I lost the ability to talk, but let me know what you guys think about what I should do for this series, because I'm really interested in your opinions. But as you can see, Willian had a shot in the 9th minute that went just wide, and then we come up to the 37th minute with Tom Ince picking the ball up as he takes on Felipe Luis on the right hand side of midfield, and then he approaches the box to get round Luis really well. He goes for the shot and it's palmed away by Courtois and cleared by the Chelsea defence, and then a few minutes later we got another attack as Julian Brandt plays the ball into Zuccolini. He goes back to Villalba and it frees up space for Brandt to take a shot, but Courtois came and batted the ball away before anything could come of it. Then we come into the second half with Chelsea on the offensive as Ramirez plays the ball into Van Ginkel, who plays it to Diego Costa. He looks up and plays it to Willian, who looks for the return pass and eventually gets it through the defender. Costa's shot is saved and it goes out for a corner kick, and we manage to hold on and keep the scores at 0-0. Then we come up to just beyond the hour mark with Ramirez on the ball as he plays it to Van Ginkel, who goes wide to Felipe Luis, who is in acres of space on the left hand side of the pitch. He finds Willian, whose shot is saved. The clearance is absolutely botched by Corker, and Van Ginkel volleys it into the empty net, with Schmeichel nowhere to be seen, because it was really down to the fact that I was holding on to L1 because I was trying to change defenders, and that botched the clearance completely. Like, I wanted to hoof it away obviously, and sadly Chelsea take the lead in what was a fairly soft goal in all honesty. They came forward 5 minutes later with a long throw from Ivanovic, finding Diego Costa in the box, who heads it down to Matic, who finds Van Ginkel, who had a very good game for Chelsea. He's a really good player in this game, it seems, and he works his way into the box before passing it to Ivanovic, who finds Mikel, who plays it back to Van Ginkel, who gets a shot off, but Kasper Schmeichel was equal to it this time around. It mattered not though. We go into or we exit the game with a defeat, a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Chelsea. It's our first defeat since September, and considering we're in January now, I think that's actually pretty good. And here's how the league table looks as a result of that. We are 1 point behind league leaders Chelsea, and we're hoping that they'll slip up. They have a game against United in about 3 weeks, so hopefully Man United can pull a victory out of the bag in that game, and we can go on and overtake them and go into first place. But as you can see, when that game is done, we make the purchase to sign Martinelli, who I'm really excited for. I think he's going to advance into a very good player, and as a result of that, it means that the Akore deal is dead in the water. So I didn't sign him. I'm sure a lot of you guys wanted me to sign him, and like, I'm sorry, but I just thought Martinelli was the better piece of business at the moment, because 75 rated at age 20 means that he does definitely have a bright future ahead of him. But we go into our next game in the league, which is against Norwich City, and here is how our team looks. We've got Villalba and Berahino starting up front. I decided to play Berahino. I'm not really sure why. I just decided to give him a game. This game was at Carrow Road, which is the ground where we actually got our biggest victory of the series so far. I think it was a 7-1 victory, and just 2 minutes into this we looked in good sort of form to go and repeat that, as Villalba gives us the lead with Jack Grealish. Why did I start Jack Grealish? That's so weird because he's so bad for me. In the 16th minute, Villalba picks the ball up again and gets round Basong, but his shot was so bad. He's terrible with his left foot, it seems. Also, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I read a comment in yesterday's video from somebody who said that Jack Grealish never grows for him either, and I was wondering how many of you guys have signed Grealish and made him into a good player. Like, how many of you have actually fulfilled Grealish's potential? I realise it's a long shot because people are going to have a completely different variation of what career modes they play and what signings they make and stuff, but Grealish only gone up 1 rating in 3 or 4 seasons is pretty bad, I think. But just beyond the half-hour mark in this game, Howson equalised for Norwich to make it 1-1 and level the tie. And this was a little bit frustrating because we'd sort of allowed Norwich back into the game, and there wasn't really any excuse for it. It was just a lack of concentration. They got another shot off 10 minutes later, but then we come up to stoppage time at the end of the first half with Villalba picking the ball up just beyond the halfway line, and he has plenty of space to run into here. The defence sort of completely parts. Villalba gets into the box and he doesn't miss from there, and he puts us 2-1 in front with his 20th goal of the season overall, which is an absolutely phenomenal return. Considering I was so sort of apprehensive about getting rid of Lewis Muriel at the time, and now it just seems like that was just such a good piece of business. I love it when that happens. But Andy Watson plays an amazing ball into Villalba in the 58th minute, and he gets in to get a hat-trick before the hour mark, and I'm not sure if that's his 3rd or his 4th hat-trick for us, but he's very, very good at scoring goals, and that's his 21st season, or his 21st goal of the season. Andy Watson plays another ball through to Villalba just beyond the hour mark, 3 minutes after he got his hat-trick, and he almost made it 4, but for the save from the Norwich goalkeeper keeping it out. And then we come up to the 72nd minute with Kyle Lafferty picking the ball up. He got a decent shot off, but Jack Butland was equal to it in the Leicester City goal. And then we come up to the final 10 minutes of the game with Mike Leite picking the ball up and running at Turner in defence. And he's always going to do the Ronaldo chop here every day of the week. I do it with Leite all the time. He gets into the box, amazingly manages to not score. Sometimes that finesse shot trick just doesn't work with Mike Leite. Like he just doesn't want to find the net some of the time. But Valère Bresson came on in the second half, and he was fouled in the 88th minute, which led to a penalty for us, because what is an episode of this career mode without a penalty? Like, we get one in every single day, and it's ridiculous. But it was to be honest, it's actually kind of harsh. I guess, yeah, it is a penalty. He goes charging into him, but there's not really much that could be done there. Like, I've conceded penalties like that, and they're difficult. But Bresson steps up to take the penalty and get his 2nd goal in a Leicester jersey, which he does, to put us 4-1 in front. A little bit shy of the 7-1 that we were hoping for in this game. But a victory is a victory, and we'll take that every day of the week. A routine victory against Norwich City, which helps us get forward in the league and try and get that first place back. We come out to find that QPR have made a bid for Christian Gamboa, offering $1.5 million, which we kind of overpaid for him, so we're making a loss on him. But it's good to get any kind of funds in, because I would like to sign some players on pre-contract deals, or at least have the option to attempt to do so. And our next game is against Liverpool, which are a team who historically we have a very, very good record against. They have beaten us once this season, one of only 2 teams to do so, and they beat us last season, and other than that we've beaten them every single time that we've played them. So I was kind of looking forward to this game, because I did want to get some revenge. I wanted to show that Liverpool, like, that I can beat them, and that, you know, they haven't managed to overtake me or anything. But in the 16th minute, Glenn fucking Johnson, of all the people in the world to score against you, Glenn Johnson is probably the worst one, and he makes it 1-0 to Liverpool in the 16th minute. I think he's 34 years old as well. And like, I've played against Wisdom, I've seen Wisdom's stats. Wisdom is an incredible right back in this game, but they've gone with Glenn Johnson. I don't know why. I did read a couple of comments in this was a good few episodes ago, about how teams often don't play their strongest 11 against me, and I've noticed that every time I played against Man United, it's Lindegaard in goal. And I don't know why teams rest goalkeepers as frivolently as they do, and I don't really get why they don't tend to play their strongest 11. But I do know that Daniel Sturridge is a Dortmund player in this save officially, so that's why he doesn't play for Liverpool. But we would get a chance in the 42nd minute here as Sinclair comes in and really should be hitting the target from there. I don't know what came into his head when he hit that. I went for the finesse shot into the near post, but instead it was like a toe poke into the side net. But just beyond the hour mark, Villalba comes forward ahead of, or peeling away from Paulinho before getting into the box and taking on Lovren with a nice turn and then shooting into the back of the net. And Villalba scores once again, just like he always does, to level the tie. And just beyond the hour mark, we're locked at 1-1. And we made a substitution in the 72nd minute, as you can see here, with Ince and Zuccolini going off, with Koyate and Mike Leite coming on. I thought Leite would give us an extra dimension just because he has the pace, and he always tends to get away from defenders as a result of that. And Leite picks the ball up just after coming onto the pitch in this 72nd minute, and he gets away from his defender, he gets away from Markovic, and just fires it into the back of the net and puts us 2-1 up, having been on the pitch for approximately 14 seconds, which is amazing. And we go 2-1 up as a result of that goal. and things were looking really good for us. Liverpool just completely died out, similar to how Tottenham did a couple episodes ago as well. Fabian Delph came very close in the 75th minute as his shot is saved by the goalkeeper, and it goes out for a corner kick, which was taken short to Cocker. I actually took it short by accident, but it came to Villalba and his shot crashed off the post, which was incredible, because if that had gone in, that'd be a little tactic to do, like the short corner, because I usually don't do it. It's only ever by accident that it happens. But Delph had another shot before the game ended, but it wasn't enough to beat the goalkeeper, and it didn't matter anyway because we picked up a victory against Liverpool, which is good because obviously I care a lot about the records that I have against clubs, and the record I have against Liverpool is a very good one, so I'm really happy to keep that going. And we end that game with a victory, and we end the episode in pretty good spirits. Like, we lost to Chelsea, but we were always expecting that to happen anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do leave a like. If we get 400 of them before 8, then there'll be another episode tonight. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.